Hello, fans and neighbors.
Hello, hello, hello.
So,
Meanwhile, the
who-
Thrilling Three.
can I talk now?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, who wants to give us a recap of what happened last time? Actually, I think John Hagar just volunteered.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I woke up in the hospital
The
and
Kennesaw.
from a
Memorial.
rough, incursion with the alligator man, and the Drifter and El Topo. Mostly the Drifter came to visit me. Got out of the hospital, and we with his radio ears heard the disturbance. I don't know if we saw it too. We were pretty close, but there was two.
No. Can I hop in?
Yes.
Yeah,
please.
sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we had
All right.
breakfast.
So, the Drifter and Sonic left the hospital to try and find El Topo, and they found him at a diner having lunch with Allison, the reporter.
Oh, I forgot all about that. That's right. Yep.
Yep. And so you guys kind of butted in, had a little lunch. Allison was trying to get better information on the alligator man, and she was the one that tipped us off to a disturbance at the Pendergrass Towers.
Very good.
And so the three of us raced out of the diner. We actually took the sewers to the Pendergrass Towers so that I could change into my super suit, and so that the three of us could get there without being seen. And so we kind of popped out of the sewers where some police were, and pretty much all the roads around the towers were cordoned off by police vehicles. Some of the vehicles were being attacked by I don't want to say ball sacks, but ballistics
Wow.
and ultimatum.
I was about
And
to give
so-
you. I was about to give you 50 karma just remembering the name of the tower.
It might have been worth it. But anyway,
They were
So,
ultimatum and ballistics.
ballistics and ultimatum were raining hell down on the cops. Actually, a couple of them died. We got in there and we
But I did use
Pull
my
a few out.
hearing. I did use my hearing to listen in. To
yes,
figure out
absolutely.
what's going on. Okay.
100%. And one of the police choppers got demolished. I think we got the guys out of there though, but some other cops died.
Yeah.
Allison and her cameraman filmed us being very heroic though. And we realized that the bad guys were after Abe Pendergrass. He's a big high-tech fusion guy that sells a lot of stuff to the government. And they were going to go assault, I believe it was like the 54th floor. There's something up there. We don't really know what it is. Anyway, we were able to stop them. And Abe thanked us, I believe. And then we were on the news a little bit, and then we got out of there, I think.
He did thank you for stopping the attack on the tower, but as the team became more belligerent about what it was that he was doing, he likewise became kind of belligerent. Was like, okay, maybe I'll just
Y'all
fuck
get
off.
the hell out of here.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
we burned our bridges pretty quick with the
You
Tony
did.
Stark of our town.
Well, he's not really Tony Stark, but he is kind of the same mold, rich, high-tech industrialist, that kind of thing. But
What was
yeah.
Tony's partner at Stark Industries?
Obadiah Stane.
Yeah, kind of that kind of guy.
Oh, Stain, that's right.
Well, you guys just assumed all on your own that this guy was a villain,
Yeah,
or that he was up to no good or something. So that was, like I said, that was an assumption on y'all's part.
That does seem true.
that's
But-
something we tend to do.
But
They
you
were
know,
two bad guys trying to break into a building. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. They were in
Yeah.
the middle of committing a crime, and you stopped them, and he thanked you for that. But his standpoint was, well, what we have inside here is proprietary technology that we don't let anybody look at it or have it or anything. We make things for customers who don't want certain shit known about what they want us to make, etc. So his thing was like, this is on a need to know, and you guys don't need to know. There's the street.
C-list heroes.
Yeah,
nosing around.
Yeah. So you got a little karma for that. You got a little good press. Drifter. They had footage of Drifter being intangible, and missiles went through him and then hit a cop car on the other side of him, which blew up and then killed 2 officers, unfortunately. But several days have now passed, and I'm just going to tell you how you're all together. That's going to save us a half hour of trying to figure out how everybody's getting together and if they're dressed as their heroes or not, because I don't want to waste that kind of time, frankly. So you guys are eating lunch together at the diner. Hang on, I'm going to have to... Oh, wait. Nope, that's incorrect. I've got to paste Drifter into here. So give me a minute.
Oh, I'm on the far right. You already have me in there.
Oh, did I have you in there? Okay.
Yep,
yeah, yeah. I can move myself closer. There I am.
We're going to actually put you in the booth.
Okay.
I assume someone's buying you lunch since you're basically a dirty hippie that doesn't have any money?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, you guys are having lunch. Just kind of discussing this or that. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Maybe you guys bring up, do we actually keep working together? I don't know, you guys. You guys are kind of skeevy. Whatever y'all want to talk about.
Well, fellas, that was definitely an event.
Yep,
I think we did good together.
I have to agree.
What do you think,
Well,
Topo?
you guys looked pretty good on TV, I will say. I mean, the camera didn't add too many pounds to you guys. You guys looked pretty good on Channel 7 Action News that night. You might be heroes yet.
Well, Drifter, you might want to lay low for a little while.
I always do it lay low, but I'm just here just to help out, just make sure everything's fine, and that's about it. I'm trying to keep a bunch of punks from messing with anybody that's helpless.
Sonic, what's your angle? I kind of watch over the sewers and the back alleyways, and Drifter kind of looks over the homeless and the downtrodden, and that's kind of where I've encountered him back. Our worlds kind of intersect. What's your angle? Where do you fit in?
I'm a teacher over at the university. Work in the lab. Study science.
Man of science.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, educator. Gotta respect that.
I'm at one with the airwaves.
You guys run into trouble over at that university much?
Pretty low key over there.
There was a rash of underclassmen streaking through the quad last semester, but it's been pretty quiet since then.
Wearing motorcycle helmets?
The Dean Eric Olson works with me on various projects, propagating sound waves and, the long distance, ultra low frequency radio communications. That's been my recent projects. And I got these powers accidentally a while back, and still kind of getting used to them. And I was trying to make my way in this busy metropolis.
Are we having lunch or dinner?
It is midday. You are having lunch. Also important to note, the last time we let off, I gave you guys homework except for Chris Head, and only one of you followed through. So thank you, El Topo, who now has a civilian identity token that he can pull off onto the map whenever he wants.
Oh, right.
Badass. And I can pull that from where, my brother?
It's in your character. It's in your folder right below your
Yep.
character sheet. It says civilian. Just click where it says civilian and drag it onto the map.
I see cheat sheet. I see
hang
the
on.
director. I see.
Hang on. This is. I didn't add the permissions for it. Give me a second. There you go.
Got him. Okay, and so basically, can I just drag him on and put him, just stick him on top of El Topo?
No, I will resize it, and then I will put El Topo over here on the GM layer.
Okay. I was hoping to make as little work for you as possible.
You're fine.
Okay. Okay, so I would be in my street clothes as we're having lunch today.
Guess I'm in my tights.
Yes, because you did not go to Hero Forge and create an alternate identity as instructed.
I did not do that.
You did not. So for now, Sonic just rolls around in his outfit.
Exciting. What else would you wear to the volcano? Well, I haven't seen a lot of, I haven't seen anyone go missing in the sewers, Drifter, since, whatever he was calling himself, that alligator man. The Jawsome guy, or whatever he was.
You know that from Allison, who you were talking to last time, that Allison said that the individual who was basically a giant alligator man referred to himself as Swamptail.
Swamptail. Yeah, haven't seen any more mutilations or murders. So I'm prepared to think that it was Swamptail that did all of that. Just making conversation, Drifter.
Yeah, no. I haven't heard anything new about any other creatures that's been, going around. I've just the usual thuggery. That's about all I've been seeing.
Where do you guys think that Swaptail came from?
That's a good question.
And what was it that I think Allison found out that the ID that was on those pants that I think she found out that was one of his victims. It wasn't Swamptail himself.
Yeah,
that is in fact a thing that she revealed last session.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that
Titanosaur was a good worker. He worked hard.
Yeah. And I'm sorry about the loss of one of your folk.
Well,
one of your folk, like the sewer people have their own culture.
Hey!
Their own tales.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that kind of community there.
Swamp Tales.
Swamp Tales.
I see a Disney cartoon. Well, it's not that close of a community, but we
I know you look
do
after
work
them.
together.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you boys know how to get a hold of me.
Oh yeah.
Sonic, I don't know how much help I can be on the university. I haven't spent much time in your sewer system or in your waterworks. Y'all have your own personnel. But I'm high enough clearance I could get in there pretty easily and root around. So if you've got any issues, you know how to get a hold of me.
Oh, we should come on over and check it out.
I wish I next time I try to go break into a lab, I need to figure out how to bring you with me, Sonic.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very legal there, Drifter.
Well, when we don't know what we thought they were doing something nefarious, at that lab, and if you recall, I'm just really after whoever's doing wrong. Don't really give a hoot about uh, uh, trespassing, if you want to call it that.
Say, fellas, let me listen into the police bands real quick and
All
let me
right.
see what they're saying. Trey?
Okay. So for you, let me look at your sheet real quick. That would be your radio wave attunement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the police band is not hard to find. I mean, you could even find the police bands with a scanner app on your phone.
On your phone, yep.
But yeah, for someone like you who can just reach out and try to find it out in the ether, it's really not that hard. You've got to get a green result on an amazing feat. So that means on the there you go. All right, amazing. You got a yellow. You are able to hit the police band. Right now, you hear a lot of excited chatter about a bank robbery in progress, and people on the scene are reporting ghosts and skeletons.
Oh, fellas, I think we might have something to do. You guys want to stick together for a little bit longer?
Well,
Sounds good to
maybe.
me.
Could you hear anything else?
There's a bank robbery going on with skeletons and ghosts.
Maybe you should listen in a little more.
Okay. Hold on. He's holding his ears.
All right, so you're hearing on the police band that it is on Arthur Street. It is the Spartan Bank on the corner of Arthur Street and, good Lord, and 10th Avenue. Which is actually about 3 blocks east from where you guys are. And as you're talking about it, you start to see other police cars zipping past the diner from the west, going east, presumably towards the bank robbery scene.
Fellas, Spartan Bank, 3 blocks to the east.
All right,
check it out.
Let's go.
Let's pay our tab. And I've got a way to get us there pretty quick. Unless you guys want to go above ground. Miss.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the waitress comes over.
Let me get that ticket. We've got to go, but the lunch was delicious.
Alrighty, thank you. I'll let the cook know, and she smiles. All right.
I kind of look at Drifter and shake my head, and I pull out enough to cover it.
There you go.
Sonic, you get him next time.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'll start scooting out of the booth. That uncomfortable shifting my fat butt out of the booth.
All right. So, in the you step out. You just right there on the street. You can find an entrance down into the sewer.
Come on, boys.
Let's go.
All right. Are you changing into your El Topo togs in the sewer?
Yes.
All right.
I'll be right back. You go hit the restroom.
What's the green box again? Mine's empty.
The green box.
Above my head.
Green circle.
It's not. It's not empty. That's your health. If you click on, so that means after last week, you had 20 health left. You've had enough time to recuperate. So whatever your maximum health is, that's the number that you put into there. So let me open up your character sheet. I'll just show you what it is.
I got it.
It's 110. So you just click on yourself and change that red number to 110. The green number is actually your protection. It's empty because it is literally 0. You don't have any sort of physical or energy protection. So that's why there's nothing in the green circle.
Okay.
But on the red one, you should have your maximum health, which is 110.
Got it.
All right. So let me go over to the other map. All right. Same goes. Well, we'll wait for Chris Head to get back. El Topo, I think you've already fixed your token to its max.
I believe so.
All right.
I don't have it linked to this token, and I don't need it to be. But I checked it a minute ago, and I think it was fine.
All right. So you guys are here underground. El Topo, you're guiding everybody through the sewers, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right.
Follow me as I put on my helmet and
Then we'll put you in the front.
put my little jacket on, my little leather jacket thing.
So you make your way through the sewers. And as you're getting further down the street, you can hear from above now the sound of police cars. El Topo, you would assume from the positioning that it sounds like they're trying to, make a perimeter. Or at least,
Yeah, and I'm going to try and confirm that with Sonic.
Okay.
So, like Sonic, I think I hear the police over in these areas. I think they're building a perimeter.
All right, let me listen in.
Let's see if we can't...
Sonic, that was actually some of the chatter you heard when you listened in on the policemen earlier, is that they were forming a cordon around the area.
Yeah. Guys, they're forming a cordon around Barton Bank. That's what's being robbed.
I'm going to test Sonic a little bit.
Okay.
So I would kind of stop where we're at, and I'd say to Sonic, we've got 3 ways that we can get out. Kind of over this way, Sonic, or this way, or up ahead. Maybe listen into the chatter and see where you think some of the decision makers are for the police or something. I want to make sure we get out and we can get the information we need as soon as we can get it.
Well, where do you want to be? Do you want to be right in front of the bank or by the police cars? Or
that's what he's asking you.
I think we need to be next to the police that are making the decisions. Can you listen in and figure out, some of these cops are just going to be corporals standing around drinking coffee, but some of these guys are going to be lieutenants or captains. Can you hear where the decisions are being made?
Okay. Trey, can I keep listening and try to decipher?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get another amazing feat roll from
Okay.
that macro. Yeah, you need a green again.
Okay. Amazing.
Or at least a green. All right. Unfortunately, you needed a green, but you got a white result.
Okay.
And you did not declare that you were spending karma. So at this time, there's too much chatter going on.
Okay.
For you to really be able to hone in on where, like any sort of command center is that's been set up. But you do hear enough to give you a good guess that it may be further down 10th Street behind whatever cordon they've got further back behind there.
Okay. El Topo, it's kind of, there's a lot of back and forth, but I think if you head straight down 10th Street about, cross the intersection and right behind that, we should come up right behind the police officers.
All right, guys, follow me. I know that there's a real easy place to get out behind the dumpster of Brault's Books and News. I don't want to get out next to Quickie Burger. Their dumpster's a bit of a mess, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I would try and follow, or have these guys follow me up into around here.
Okay. All right. I'll. It's kind of a cramped area. I'll put you guys all over there. If I can get on the right layer. There we go. 1, 2. Oh. And 3. All right. So yeah, you guys come up underneath here under the bunker behind the bookstore. You do see the cops behind this squad car, and they appear to be talking to the police chief and Detective Marlowe.
Hubba, hubba.
You can also hear screams 1 block to the west, what sounds like panicked civilians, that sort of thing. You also hear what sounds like almost like you walked into a Halloween store. You hear all kinds of and things that sound like ghosts wailing and trying to be scary.
Yep. I remember those days. So I'm gonna approach the police first, kind of unassumingly, you know, hands kind of out to my sides. Let us know if we can help, officers.
And the police chief and the detective, they turn around when you guys talk, a little startled. And the chief looks at you and says, well, from what we've gathered, we think this is the work of Count de Graves and Molly Malefica.
Oh.
Are we aware of who they are?
Everyone can give me a reason check. Whatever your reason rank is, roll that on the universal table.
Okay.
And you need a green result.
Okay, what is my reason?
All right, so
Excellent.
Sonic has
Well,
not heard of them.
He has no clue who they are. He's a little nervous because he doesn't want Jessica to recognize him.
She doesn't seem like she's paying that much attention necessarily right now. All right, so Drifter, you got it, and then we'll see if
I don't see what my reason is.
It's in the middle of your
Oh,
stat.
reason, excellent. I'm sorry, it is right in the middle. Excellent. Okay, so nope.
All right, so Drifter,
Mm-hmm.
you have heard of these two. Count de Graves is a villain that has actually crossed paths with the Rail Queen before.
Mm-hmm.
And his MO is he's got like a skull head, and he brandishes these 2 pistols that sort of channel his powers.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what he does is like darkness generation and control. He can make clouds of darkness, and in these clouds of darkness, actual scary figures will start to materialize, like ghosts or skeletons or little imps or gremlins. And they basically do his bidding. He can use it as a weapon. He can also use it to fly.
So is he like the Shade, that sort of thing? That kind of character?
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Oh, okay. He's a DC villain.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay. But the shades that he creates there, they can't hurt you, if I'm correct. Is that what's happening with what he manifests?
The sort of things that come out of the darkness that he generates seem to do his bidding. You know, like whatever he wants them to do. They can threaten people. They can even, I mean, they can physically touch people and attack them. But usually he uses them to, you know, like if he needs physical labor of any sort, he'll have, you know, these creatures in his darkness do that. He can channel it through his guns. And so, like, when he fires, it's not bullets. It's actually, like, screaming skulls, you know?
Right.
Rushing out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. and then the lady that we're facing as well. If there's two people, am I correct?
Her name is Molly Malefica.
Mm-hmm.
She is Count de Grave's girlfriend. She is also a highly powerful witch, and she's a powerful magic wielder. She can do all kinds of shit. She can create like almost like magical force fields. She can actually scream like a banshee, which will inflict psychic damage. So it doesn't matter how much physical protection you have or energy protection; it's just going to damage you if you hear it. So he's more of the mastermind, but she's actually pretty deadly when she wants to be.
Yeah.
And she's also very capricious, very hot-headed.
Okay. All right, I will pass this on to my colleagues. Their powers are magical in nature, and she's pretty much a stone cold witch that can do, in my opinion, more damage than he can. And what he does is he can cast these shadows through his guns that will that take shape and do whatever he wants to have done physically. So he's pretty dangerous in himself, but I think that she's going to be the heavy hitter if we're not careful.
And can the police hear this conversation?
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys know that the drifter hasn't covered?
And the chief shakes his head. No, that's about it. Count de Graves has always claimed he is some sort of supernatural entity and not even a living man, but we've never been able to confirm that.
Well, hopefully we can subdue him and bring him to justice. We might be able to find out the veracity of his statements.
Hopefully.
So are they in the bank?
Yes, right now we believe they are in the bank. De Graves' minions are menacing people on the streets, just trying to create general chaos and tumult. The officers at either end there of Arthur Street at the different cordon positions are trying to just get as many people as they can out of the street and back behind them to safety.
If I let me make a quick sweep to make sure that any people are out of the street to help out the police. And El Topo, just let me know how you want to go about this. So I'll quickly make a run out to the street.
Okay.
See if there's anybody to pick up. Is everybody clear, or do I need to clear anybody?
There are 4 people that are trying to escape these little minions running through the street. Some of them look like skeletons, some of them look like ghosts, some of them look like little gremlin type things. You see like a woman who's trying to pull her purse back from like one of these little imp things. You see a man who's running on the street trying to pull what looks to be 2 of those little gremlin things off of his back. And you see a couple of kids that are screaming in the streets, crying out for their moms as a ghost is chasing them around the street.
All right, I'll go ahead and quickly grab the kids first and bring them behind the police cordon.
Which one?
I'll try to grab. Oh, which cordon? The one with the chief.
Okay.
I mean, when I see this, I'm gonna probably hop around this car and hit the first gremlin I see or skeleton I see. I don't know who I'm close to. Maybe I'll try and help
The first one that you see, El Topo, is the one that that it looks like the gremlin's trying to steal her purse.
Yeah, so I'll just run up and just bonk the gremlin on the head as as hard as I can, and
Okay.
while trying to reassure the lady, ma'am, come with us. Let's get you to safety.
All right, give me a fighting roll.
I'm assuming that El Topo probably doesn't think these gremlins are a big deal, but um, so amazing.
And while he's doing that, Sonic's trying to get an eye if he can direct and a sound attack at multiple enemies without hurting any other civilians, or if he needs to target directly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to target these things directly. They're all like all of them are in proximity or contact with these things. So El Topo, the one that you were trying to get away from this woman, you scored a red result, and this thing is just smushed into a kind of a black paste on the street.
Okay, so El Topo is probably a little shocked because I'm not sure that he even thought these things were physical, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe he was thinking these were more
like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, more ethereal or more conjured or something. I think he'd probably be like, ooh, gross.
Oh yeah, El Topo would definitely be aware now that they're actual physical creatures. They're just not all that powerful.
Okay. And I'd try and usher the lady, come with me, ma'am.
Oh yeah, and she follows. She follows behind you, back behind the safety of the police car. Sonic, from where you are, you can see the only person left is there's an old man with two of these things on his back.
Okay.
And yeah, so you're gonna have to make a directed attack, which is rolling on your agility to accurately hit them and maybe take them off the stooge back.
Okay.
But you'll have to do it. You'll have to do it twice, because you can make the first shot, but then the second one's gonna have to be another round.
Okay, so agility, you're saying I have to do it like physically, or
this is directing the attack.
Okay.
So this is how well you can accurately direct your sonic energy to hit this thing and not the old man. If you get a white result,
excellent,
you'll hit the old man.
Okay, that's an excellent.
All right, do you want to use karma? Remember, you have to state if you want to use karma or not.
Yes, we'll use karma.
Okay.
Thanks for the reminder.
All right, so you have excellent agility. So on the universal table, I'll tell you how much karma you have to spend to get a hit.
Okay.
Because otherwise you will hit the old man. All right, so excellent. You need a 41, so you will have to spend 12 points of karma.
I will spend it.
All right, so just click on your token on the last circle, the third circle where it says 337. Just hit that and then just do minus 12 and then hit enter. It'll do the math for you.
Gotcha. Minus 12.
All right. Okay. How much damage does does that attack do?
It does.
It's on your cheat sheet.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It does amazing damage.
All right, yeah. So you hit this thing on this dude's back, and this thing is like pulling on that old man's hair, and like yanking his head back and forth. Your sonic blast hits it, and this thing just dissipates into black dripping goo on this guy's back and on the side of his head.
And it was a whistle.
Okay.
Pierced at him.
Okay. All right. You killed this guy with a whistle. Well, not really killed. These things, you don't have to worry about karma loss when you hit these things. These things are so they're just minions. So hitting them is going to basically pulverize them. But they're not actually living creatures. They're physical, but they're manifestations. They're not actually living beings.
Gotcha. Okay, and then so I have movement left, right? I can grab the old guy. Well, no, there's still another guy on him, right?
There's still another thing on him, yeah.
Thing on him, yeah. Okay. So I guess I can't do another attack. I guess that's it for me, right? I kind of move up a little closer because I'm, wanting to help him.
All right. So, since you guys have already taken a combat round, I'm going to let the bad guys go next, and then we're going to go into actual initiative.
Initiative, all right.
Or just initiative. All right. So, out of the front of the bank, you see a red-haired woman step out. That's her. She looks like she has shimmering red and pinkish energy around her, and it's like an amorphous form. It kind of lashes out with tentacles sometimes, it looks like writhing tentacles come off her a little bit. And she flies 20 feet up into the air.
I'm back. Sorry.
She flies 20 feet up into the air. And then what do I want to have her do? Kill Chris Head?
Oh my god.
God damn.
Did I get this? Did I get to save the kids, or did I have to roll
yes,
for it?
you save the kids. That's part of your movement. I mean, you've got lightning speed. They couldn't really stop you. So as she's floating up in the air, she kind of moves her arms around and then forms like a larger tentacle and has it whip out at you, Sonic. So if you'd like to try to evade this after she makes her attack, you can. But let's see if she even hits you. So her ability is going to be incredible, because it is a physical attack that she's making. She gets a green. So Sonic, if you want to try to evade, you can. What is your fighting ability? What's your rank?
Hang on.
It's literally the first one on the stat sheet. Fighting.
First one on the stat sheet is excellent.
All right. So on that universal table macro, you're gonna make an excellent feat. All right, you missed. You got a 25. So you didn't do enough to cause a shift in her attack. So she does hit you, and she hits you for 50 points of damage.
Oh wow. Man. Okay.
And then she kind of laughs. She kind of laughs, and she moves this way around the corner. Next, you see another figure emerge from the bank. He also, if I can get over to the right layer, here we go. He also takes to the skies and flies up 20 feet. This one is Count de Graves, and he is surrounded again by this cloud of darkness. It's got ghosts swirling in it. These little imp creatures limping or jumping around from building to building, all nimbly-pimbly. And he is going to look down at you, Drifter.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going... You hear him whisper words of dark magic, and as he does, his eyes turn red, and his voice becomes very deep, and it starts to echo down the street. It's very foreboding.
Mm.
and he directs his darkness towards you. And suddenly, this darkness extends from where he is in your direction. And it just swarms you. It's all around you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hang on, I haven't even finished explaining what he does.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And as this darkness washes over you, all of these figures that are inside, the little imps, the ghosts, the skeletons, begin to reach out and slash at you with claws while they're screaming. And it's not the claws that hurt you. The claws are annoying, it hurts. But the screams, it's like they're drilling boreholes into your mind.
Mm.
And he has to, let me see, he's got to make a roll on this. It's a remarkable.
Am I able to phase, or would that not do any good?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I'll phase as long as it doesn't look like any
roll, Chris. Let the man roll.
Oh, let the man roll. Gotcha.
Yeah, let me tell you if it even goes off or not.
Yeah, hell, this may not even happen.
He is spending karma, so it will happen.
Karma.
It will happen.
Ooh, it happens and it's a yellow result. So you don't take remarkable damage. Or, I'm sorry, hang on. How much? Let me look at his sheet again. How much does that do? Remarkable. Yeah, you don't take remarkable damage. You take incredible. Because these creatures are doing such a number on your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Your intangibility, it stops the annoying scraping they're doing with their claws, but it does not stop the dread voices and all of the screaming. It doesn't stop the damage that it's doing to your mind.
Gotcha.
So you do take 40 points of damage.
All right. Minus 4, 0.
All right.
All right.
That is going to be their turn. Now we will actually go into initiative. So go onto your character sheet and click where it says initiative.
And you have to put us in though, right?
Yeah. All right. So for Count de Graves, he gets 12. Molly, that's a +5 for her. Gets an 8. All right. So we have Sonic with a 5. The Drifter with a 10. And El Topo. Is that a 9 for you, El Topo?
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. All right, we are at the start. This is the start of round 2. And in initiative, the first up is Count de Graves.
He's all mwahahaha.
Oh yeah, yeah. That whole evil villain laugh. This guy is heavy into it. He sounds a little bit like Vincent Price laughing from the Thriller video, which I can't play because Twitch will ding me for it. All right. He is going to use this action to direct his minions, and you start to see this parade now of little imp things, ghosts, specters, skeletons. A parade now a very grisly, macabre parade of them just dancing out the front door and heading this direction. There are dozens of them, and they are all carrying money bags. And that will be his action this turn. And he's going to fly back a little bit and kind of while he's directing them. Next up is the Drifter.
How many money bags do I think I could be able to grab? And get away from Count de Graves' minions.
At the most, probably 4.
4, and there's like 12 of them.
I said there are dozens.
Dozens. Oh shit! I think.
If you would like to use this turn to count them and get an accurate number, you may.
No.
It's like a small army of these things.
Yeah, I had to take down Count de Graves. All right, I will try to do my stunt. I'll run up to in my phased form up to Count de Graves.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to unphase my hands, and I need to do. But I won't spend karma because I'm going to try to.
Okay.
Try to do the thing.
So for this, since it's a stunt that you're still working on, you need a yellow result.
Okay, and then I'm working off of my amazing ability.
Okay.
Okay. Damn it.
So,
okay.
You are able to phase and move up next to him. However, you don't get the timing down correctly enough to unphase to hit him at the moment that you want, since you're still learning.
And I'll try to run through him then. I mean, walk through him, and hopefully I can disrupt something.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move through him.
Yeah.
And as you move through him, Drifter.
Yeah.
You feel an icy cold.
Ooh.
Like your whole body. It's like your whole body's freezing as you move through it.
Gotcha.
Earth and worms.
You don't do any sort of damage or disorientation to him.
Mm-hmm.
But you do take 10 points of cold damage.
This guy might be the real deal.
It's almost as if our editor-in-chief knows our powers and weaknesses.
All right. Okay, well, that didn't work.
Next up, or I'm sorry, did you want to do anything else? You've already used your action and you've already moved.
Yep. I yell down, he's the real thing! Be careful! Okay, all right.
All right. Next up is El Topo.
All right. I think El Topo is gonna... So El Topo seems to be positioned close to the entrance to the sewer.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop down into the sewer.
Okay.
And I'm going to come up in the bank.
Okay.
So we can do this however you want.
All right, so inside the bank, as you come up through the floor, because there's not an entrance to the sewer from inside the bank because it's a bank. You come up through like the middle of the lobby.
Okay.
Inside here, you see that there appear to be people who were in the bank at the time of the robbery who are leaving, who are, rushing outside to try to get to safety. You also see some over here where the clerks are, at the withdrawal, area. You see that the vault door is wide open over here and emptied. And you see what appear to be people on the ground behind the withdrawal desk.
Like, so El Topo's whole reason to come in here was to try and save the people.
Okay.
So the customers are running out the back.
Mm-hmm.
Great. The people that he sees on the ground are like the tellers and stuff, and do they look like they're bound up or something?
You can definitely use your action to move over and check on them.
Okay, let me move my turn on. So they're in this part of the bank, or they're just we're all in the bank?
No, they're over here. Yeah, you're just all in the bank. I'm just telling you what you see inside the bank.
Okay.
If you want to check on the people that are laying on the ground behind the teller window, that's gonna be your action.
Yeah, I want to do that. I'm gonna try and yell out something. I'm here to help. Are you all okay? Something to that effect.
Okay.
And kind of maybe jump up. I don't want to get shot by some bank person, but I'm going to try and jump up over the counter or something. Here to help, citizens, whatever.
All right, so you come over here and hop over the counter. There's no response to you yelling out. The three young women who are, you would assume, are tellers here at this bank.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they are unconscious. But you see a security guard next to the open vault door, and then an older man in an expensive suit. The security guard and the old man wearing the suit are both laying up against the wall. Their mouths are open in a grisly, silent scream. And it looks like something has maybe burned their eyes out. It looks like there's like a kind of like black scarring, like sometimes like if you accidentally burn your hand with something that's not, too deadly hot, there's like a little scorch mark on it. It's kind of like that, but it's more intense, and it looks like, it was coming out of their eyes and mouths. And their eyes are just black charcoal pits. And both of them are clearly dead. The security guard even has like a black strangle mark on his throat of some kind. So it looks like something horrible and deadly wrapped around this guy's throat and burned it while it was choking him.
Okay. I assume I'm done for my turn.
Yeah, that was your action, was checking.
I'm just gonna kind of kneel down around the tellers, and that'll end my turn.
All right. Next up is Molly.
Do the cops ever shoot at these guys?
No, because then you wouldn't be the sole heroes of the story.
They're just keeping other people out.
Are y'all begging me to have the cops start?
No.
Fire
No. I'm just talking mechanics. Out of character.
No, they're trying to get people to safety as best they can from where they are, and to stop.
Turn off the water. Turn off the electricity.
Stop. However they can, which for them probably is limited in their ability to try to keep these things contained.
Keep the looky-loos back.
Yeah.
Nope, all good. I just was talking mechanics. That's all.
I don't typically have in my games. I don't have NPCs helping out, just because then it's not, it kind of takes away from the glory of the player characters.
Nope.
And because I've already got too much shit, I'm already tracking at any given time.
Totally get it.
So Molly.
Looking right at Sonic.
Yeah, that's really the only target standing out to her.
Tough break for Sonic.
Let me see. What does she want to do?
Trying to help an old man.
She waves her hands. Sonic, you see her waving her hands around, and like magical energy kind of follows it, and then suddenly she has what looks like a machine gun in her hands. Excuse me. It's made out of like reddish purplish energy, and she aims it down at you.
Alrighty.
This is amazing. Oh. Ooh. This is bad. All right.
That doesn't get much more amazing.
So, she starts shooting you with this, for lack of a better term, magic gun that she's just conjured. And you feel it just start punching into your, like, upper chest, around your shoulders. And let me look at the universal table. She needed a green, but she got a red. Oof. So that's going to be
done for the day.
Remarkable, incredible. So that's going to be another 50 points of damage to you. Normally it would have been less, but she's getting a damage boost by how well she rolled. So
okay.
Yeah, it's going to do 50 points of damage to you.
He's looking rough.
That'll end her turn. Next up is Sonic.
Okay. Can he see the other creature still on the old man?
Yes.
He wants to direct an attack at that.
Okay.
And what was that? Amazing?
It's an agility. So whatever your agility is.
Okay. Agility's excellent.
That's what you roll.
I'm gonna spend karma.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's a good thing you spent karma, because otherwise that would have hit the old man. So excellent. You need to spend 6 points of karma for that to be a hit.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Now, by declaring it, you automatically spend 10 points. So technically, it's a 45 instead of a 41. But just take off the 10 points, and then that'll that'll just blow this little gremlin off of the other guy, the old man's shoulder on the other side.
All right.
And then he's able to scamper back behind the police barricade.
And then I will do the same.
All right. We're at the start now of round 3. And we are back over to Count de Graves. What does Count de Graves want to do? He is going to move behind Drifter. And he's going to spend his turn using his little army, his little shadow army, to continue moving this way. I'm going to come up with a token for them. Give me a second. Oof. Yeah, this is a good one. All right. Let me resize them a little bit. So this just represents them and where they are. marching in this line. They're currently in this area, carrying away those money banks. And I'm going to put a counter on here that tells you how many turns you have to stop them before they just get away with the loot. All right. What's a good token for this? And we'll make it a clock. So you guys have 3 rounds to stop them before they get away. All right, and that's Count de Graves' action this turn. It's just making sure his minions get away with the loot.
And they're all 1 token?
Yeah, they're all 1 token. That's just there to represent them. All right, Drifter, you're up.
Let's see. I'm going to race over and yell to Sonic to blast all of the minions before they get away with the loot. Use a mass beam, and then I'm going to go over and engage with Malefica. I'll try again to manifest my hands to be solid, and again, let's see. Make sure I got my phasing is amazing. Okay, and
so remember, it's a power stunt, so you're trying to get at least a yellow.
Yeah. Come on, yellow.
Got a green.
Okay.
So
then I'm going to go ahead. Yeah.
As you try to attack her,
yeah,
and make your fist tangible, while the rest of your body doesn't. It's the most min-maxing thing I've ever seen Chris Head do.
That says a lot.
You notice that your hand, even though it's intangible, is stopped by the field that she has around her. And you know that sometimes there are certain things you can't pass through if it's stronger than you are.
Gotcha.
And you're kind of guessing that's what's going on here. Like the shield that she has up around her is more powerful than your ability to use your power.
Gotcha. Damn it. And let's see. Then I will go ahead and float up to be where I'm like right on top of her.
Okay.
And then and that's where I'll leave myself at the end.
Okay.
Guys, make sure you stop that cat from walking away. And that's it.
Y'all go beat that guy up. I can't do anything to him and he hurt me. All right.
He's a bitch.
El Topo.
Yeah, Sonic's the only one's got an area effect weapon. So there you go. Sorry.
El Topo.
Okay, so out of character.
Yes.
From a meta standpoint, El Topo broke into the bank and is trying to stabilize, whatever, trying to help the people in the bank. I would assume, tell me if I'm wrong, that maybe he could see what's going on over here because maybe there's some big bank windows or something.
There are big bank windows. You saw Drifter float up to this chick, try to hit her. Didn't succeed, and then he floated up while yelling something.
Okay. So El Topo would have no idea that there's some little goblin running off with all the cash.
Yeah, because they exited before you went in. So I think you were back over here. I'll say that, yeah, that you would know that at this point Count de Graves is leading his army. I would say that between that and the Drifter yelling out, that you would guess that fuckery is afoot over on that down the street.
Okay, so well, I kind of want to play this in a way that there's a staircase here. Is there a second floor maybe with offices at the bank?
Yeah.
I mean, it almost seems to me that the play for El Topo would be that he sees his friend trying to fight some flying girl out here.
Okay.
And it almost seems like he'd run up the stairs and then dive through the window of the second floor and just try and hand that woman.
Okay.
Versus, like, I know that El Topo knows that these guys stole the money, but I don't know, like, it doesn't seem right to me that I'd be like, hey, I'm going to move 1, 2, and then go attack this goblin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever you want to do.
So, yeah.
Okay.
He's just going to kind of, he thinks that these girls might live, and he runs up the stairs after seeing the Drifter try and fight some flying girl. He kind of runs up the stairs, gains his momentum, and just crashes through the second-story window and just tries to hand the shit out of this floating girl.
Okay. You have totally scared the shit out of her and surprised her. She was not expecting, El Topo cannonball.
El Topo.
So
Nice.
as you come through the second floor window at her, in some kind of power move, like, you're rearing your fist back, about to Popeye this chick. And Drifter, you would look at this and say, wow, this is kind of impressive, actually.
Oh, you bet. I cheer this.
Viva El Topo! All right.
I got an aerial view of it, too.
So, go ahead and make me a fighting roll. And just because this is so brassy and this chick is taken back by it, I'm going to give you a +1. What's your fighting?
My fighting's amazing.
So, roll on monstrous.
You bet it is amazing.
Are you spending karma?
I will spend karma.
Okay.
So I will commit to at least 10 karma. Okay, so a monstrous green. Is that green, right?
That's green. So that's going to do normal damage. All right. So what's your strength?
My strength is monstrous.
All right. So
75.
75, as you bring your fists down, as you rain blows on this chick midair, okay, is enough to bring down her force field.
Nice.
Now we have to roll to see if she is knocked unconscious.
So, could I spend a little more karma?
No.
Okay.
Remember that was in the rules changes that I detailed last week.
So we only spend 10.
You spend 10, and then she's going to get a chance to evade. So go ahead and spend the 10.
Yeah, so I had to spend the 10 because I declared it.
Right. She's going to get a chance to evade. All right, let's see.
Spent.
Let me look at her stats. What is her fighting's incredible. There is a chance here where she gets enough of an evasion that it shifts you enough that it doesn't hit her, but we'll see. No, she fails. All right, and I did not declare karma for her. So, that is going to be, rain blows down on her force field. It collapses. The shimmering energy around her collapses. And it's not enough to do damage to her, but it is enough to bring her force field down. Now I've got to roll to see if she goes unconscious using her psyche. Psyche is amazing. This one I will spend karma on. 35. So that result would stun her for 1 round, but she will spend karma since I declared it, and that's going to be 30. How much she's got to spend? She's got to spend. She's got to spend 56. So she's going to spend 21 points of karma to not get knocked out. All right. El Topo, does that end your turn as you fall down to the street in the cool Avengers pose?
Yeah, I will. And she's still 20 feet in the air?
She currently still is 20 feet up in the air, but that shimmering energy that was around her earlier is not there now.
Okay. Do I have any movement left?
Let me see. You were in here 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your normal movement?
It might be 4. Let me check. Things were goofy running around that building.
Where's the normal movement at?
It's going to be on your cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet.
It's right at the top of your cheat sheet.
Yeah,
Sonic,
gotcha.
It tells you that you move 5 areas per turn.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
5 areas per turn. All right.
So do I technically have 1?
You have 1 area left after all the movement you did inside the bank.
Okay. So if you're cool with it, I'm going to end my turn here.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Next up is Molly Malefica. And Drifter?
Mm-hmm.
You saw El Topo hit her hard enough that it dispersed that shield around her, right? That mystical energy.
Yep.
That mystical energy returns.
Of course.
And she looks at you like she wants to kill you, but she moves past you. And she is going to direct her fire at El Topo. All right, what does she want to do? Let's see. So, this mystical energy, El Topo, that was around her and then suddenly wasn't after you kind of put the lights out on it?
Yep, she called it right back.
Yeah, and she is going to send one of those tendrils directly at you, sort of like she did at Sonic earlier. All right, so this is an incredible
electric wang. Okay, am I allowed to declare that I'm evading?
You can, but she missed you.
Oh.
She did not indicate that she was using karma. And
Gotcha.
So she rolled a 10. And the tentacle just sort of shoots out harmlessly. You're able to kind of duck past it.
Crashes into the concrete, into the asphalt, makes a divot.
Yep. And you see her face now where it was like kind of stern before. Now take on this kind of ragey look. Like she may be about to go Nova here. All right, that'll end Molly's turn. Next up is Sonic.
All right, can he move? Then 1, and then caddy corner 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Whoa. Put yourself back. Okay. So you were here, and you're wanting to move 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was right behind these guys.
Yeah. Well, you were still in this area, though.
No, he was right here.
Right
he was here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I was hoping that I could go 1 caddy corner. Is that a thing?
well, you're saying caddy corner, so basically you're just running around the corner.
Yeah, I'm going boop right here.
Yeah.
That's 1.
Okay.
Then 2, 3, 4, and then I want
Okay.
to blast this guy. You know, it gives us better judgment. The drifter was like, "Hey, stop that goblin."
Okay.
And so he's gonna.
Well, it's not goblins; it's dozens of those little goblins.
He's gonna do a screaming yell at those guys. Against his better judgment.
Hang on a second. Let me look at your powers, because I think when you do this, it affects everything in a certain range.
Yeah, if I do the amplifier dampen. Markable damage to all targets within 2 areas.
Okay. Ooh, that'll actually work out really well. All right, give me, what is your rank with that?
It is amazing ability, remarkable damage. And he's going to spend karma.
All right.
Amazing ability. Oh, 89.
All right, you got a yellow result. That's going to increase the damage from remarkable to incredible as you direct your sonic abilities towards these things, and you just sort of see them. This area is empty. So these guys over here, the dozens that were over here, carrying away loot, disperse into just black little blob explosions.
Boom! And that's how Sonic does it.
And the money bags, some of them clatter to the street and open up, and there's coins spilling out. Others just hit the ground with like kind of a thud, and you would assume those are maybe filled with cash. But yeah, they have dropped all of the money, and they're all gone.
And he's got 1 more move, and he's going to move back 1 and hide in this corner.
Nice.
All right.
Shivering with fear. Hurting.
We're at the start
with
now.
Magical red purple bullets in his chest.
We're at the start now of round 4. Count de Graves is up, and suddenly he's a little concerned about, like, what the fuck happened to my little army? What the hell?
Money.
So he moves out here and flies up. He's going to increase his flight now. He's 30 feet up in the air, grinning down at Sonic. And he's going to raise his pistols now and direct that same darkness energy down at Sonic.
Okay, give me a bad roll. Bad roll. Come on. Yeah.
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
He is going to spend karma.
Yeah.
All right.
I will see you guys in the hospital tomorrow, hopefully.
We'll start next
over at
back
the
at the Kennison.
over at the Sonic suite at the hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so this is going to be, what's his agility? Amazing.
Bad roll. Bad roll.
Ooh. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
Man, there's some Ed Cookie going on tonight.
The last thing you see, Sonic, before you pass out, before what feels like the freezing grip of a skeleton hand closes around your heart and starts crushing it, is a wailing skull face just slamming directly into you, and
laughing with fireball eyes.
Basically, yeah. You go down to 0 health.
Okay.
Because we don't have negative health, and then technically you just took from him remarkable +2 amazing damage. I need you to make an endurance check to see if you are currently dying, by the way.
Okay.
FYI. All right. So all right.
What's my enduri?
I don't know. You tell me. He's your character.
I'm looking. It's amazing. Amazing endurance.
All right.
He's amazing endurance.
All right. So roll that on the macro.
Yeah, amazing's kind of in the middle of this table. It's not that great.
Amazing strength lets you lift 50 tons. Amazing's actually really good.
Okay.
All right. So you got a yellow result. That's good. So you got a 73. You do not suffer energy loss on this turn. Oh,
Right,
I'm
can
sorry.
I
I'm
send out
sorry.
a-
Endurance loss. You don't suffer endurance loss. Can you send out a what?
A message over the ether to my fellows.
You are
Down.
unconscious. They would have heard
Okay.
you yell like a bitch from the other side, though, if that helps.
Okay.
All right.
That'll end my turn.
Well, that was actually counting to Graves' turn. El Topo and Drifter, you guys hear a scream from the alleyway Topo that you were in earlier. It sounded like Sonic. All right.
A Sonic scream.
Drifter, you are up.
Let's see. Jesus, lady's got to go down.
Trey warned you about saying that stuff on Twitch.
Good Lord. So on a mechanics question, if I try to phase my fist but it doesn't work, can I still do the rest of my action?
You'd be able to, but it would be at a -4 column shift.
Okay, gotcha. Then I'm going to float over, if this is allowable, unfazed, and just rain 4 blows on her head as I go down.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. And I will. All right. 4 monstrous attacks. All right. Here comes the first one.
Miss.
Jesus Christ! And a monstrous. Damn. Okay.
You did say you're spending karma, so you'll spend at least 10 points of karma on that.
Okay. How do I do the karma part?
All right.
I'm
on
sorry.
your token,
Mhm.
there's going to be that circle that says 185. It's on the right.
Yes.
Click on that, do -10, and hit enter.
Okay.
It'll do the math for you.
Okay.
And
then,
you can spend more if you want to try to make it a hit.
Yeah.
At least a green to hit.
Is that for each one of my attacks? I have to spend 10, or just
If you're
whichever?
spending karma on all of them, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Then
When you declare you're spending karma, you're guaranteeing you spend at least 10 points in karma.
gotcha. And then how do I use that 10 points?
Okay, so the 10 gets added on to your 8.
Oh, okay, so it makes it 18. I see. There we
It
go.
makes it
Gotcha.
18, which is still a miss
Yeah,
for
and-
monstrous. You would need to spend
Let's see.
3 more points of karma to get it to a 21 to at least hit.
Okay, I will definitely spend the 3 more points to get it to a 21.
All right. How
Okay,
much?
good.
What is your strength?
My strength is amazing.
All right. Your fist comes down and it smacks down hard against that energy field that's around her, but it does not break it.
Ah, good to know. Okay. And let's see.
You would guess you would have to hit her a lot harder on a natural roll to try to
Yep.
do damage that might even come close.
Gotcha. All right, let's do this. Okay. Next attack using karma. Monstrous.
All right. So
21.
that is 21.
Gotcha.
That is a green. So you spend another 10
Mhm.
points of karma, even though you didn't need it.
Yep.
So.
But I'll probably spend more than that so I can make it even.
Well, no, you can't do that. You can't
Oh.
spend. You can't spend karma to try to increase the severity of the hit so that you do more damage. You
That's
can't
right.
do that.
That's right.
You can spend it to get a hit instead of a miss, but you cannot buy more damage with karma.
Gotcha. Now I get it. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and minus that 10. 10. Okay, cool.
You
well,
want
at
to do
least
you want to do big boy damage? You got to roll big boy numbers.
Yep. Let's try to do that. And let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing something on my martial arts.
Can you do one hit with all 4 hits and just add them together?
No.
No, I can't. But let me make sure.
All
No.
Yugen?
Nope.
I can do. Actually, I can add.
He can make 4
one,
attacks, which all of them he has to roll for.
Yeah, and there is something that I think I'm missing.
There is
Let me make sure
another.
it's not all-
all
there
my
is
kissing?
another attack that you can make.
Yeah, I need to make with my martial arts C, and that will give me another column shift for strength. And so let me definitely do that.
What are you doing?
I'm using martial arts C.
Well, that's just automatically added onto your cheat sheet.
Well,
that's why the levels are different from your character sheets, because it takes all of your talents into consideration.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was thinking that might have been super speed, but I gotcha. All right, nope. All right, then.
Now, when you do that one super attack thing that's on your cheat sheet, that's all that you do. That's all that you do. You're basically, that's your alpha strike thing.
Yeah, and that'll make me pass right out.
And you've already made 2 attacks.
Yep. All right, and I need to make my 3rd attack, and I'm not going to alpha strike, because you pass out right after you do alpha strike, and
well, you have a chance to pass out.
Yeah. All right, let's make that 3rd attack. Get that back, and then. Yeah. Okay.
Big numbers.
Big numbers if I can make it.
Roll like a big boy. You've got 2 attacks.
Big boy pants on.
All right, so you got a green that's still going to do just your regular damage.
Okay,
which is amazing, and that doesn't do anything to her force field.
Gotcha. All right, and then 1. Ah, golly. Okay, fuck. I'll alpha strike. Let me see how that. No, super attack.
It's too late to make that, is what I'm saying. That's your only attack when you decide to do that. That's your only attack in the round.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And you've already used your lightning speed. You've already used your lightning speed to attack 3 times now. So
gotcha.
Super attack's not on the table for you this round.
There you go. Okay, one last monstrous attack.
All right, it's a hit, but again, it's not enough to affect her energy field.
Cool. All right, and back on the ground. Well, at least I tried. And then after that, I'm gonna race around over this way.
Okay,
and that's where I'll end my turn.
Tried.
Yeah.
All right, so as you come down this alley, you see Count de Graves 30 feet up in the air, and you see Sonic, who is on the ground, and you can't tell if he's alive or dead right now.
And I just said, I knocked out your girlfriend, and then that's where I'll leave it.
All right. So you taunt the Alpha, and then next is El Topo.
Okay, so
also remember, El Topo, you can use your fighting to roll to see if you get extra attacks.
Yeah.
For you to get 3 attacks, you would need a red roll, and you can't spend karma on it.
Yeah.
And if you miss, if you don't get them, then you
get-
can only make one attack at a -4.
Yeah, I don't like that. Um, what options does El Topo have to hit somebody 20 feet in the air?
Well, you've got enough movement. You could try to get to the roof of this bank and then launch yourself off into the air towards her. That's another thing, another cannonball type thing that you could try to do.
Okay, so I could pretty much do what I did last time. Run
Yeah.
back in the bank, go back up the stairs, and just
Yep.
come crashing out another window.
Well, out a window is putting you at a place where you can't really hit her because there's not like a good place to angle off to hit her. You're going to have to get to the roof and jump off the corner of the building.
Okay.
Oh.
But you've got enough
I would
movement.
assume I would
got
be
enough
above
movement
her
to do
then.
You would be like coming down this way towards her.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
a 2-story building.
above.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to be coming down on that bitch.
But you've got enough movement. I'm telling you, as the GM, you have enough movement to get up
Yep.
here
No. Your
to the roof.
your
and then
word is
launch
law. I
yourself
get
off.
it.
All right. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, because
Okay.
again, I know that I recognize that Sonic is down because of his sonic scream. But I saw the drifter run off. I would think El Topo would think that the drifter's got it, and
You're close enough. You just heard the drifter, talk smack to the count.
yeah, that seems smart. All right, so I'm gonna run in here. I'm gonna run up the stairs.
Do you yell
I'm
anything
gonna-
as you launch yourself off the corner of this roof towards her?
Well, of course I will. But I'll start mumbling a little bit of what my catchphrase is as I'm trying to get up the stairs, out onto the roof, and then I will yell impending doom just because.
I'm full of tinier men.
Yeah,
Impending
Because-
doom.
because it's Chris Head. Yep.
All right, so I'm not going to give you a column shift this time because you've already attacked her once like this, and she's anticipating it. Plus, she just literally saw you run into the building. But yeah, you get to roll your normal fighting for this.
Okay. And I don't know if this matters or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think this time I'm more, instead of like last time where I just came out with my big ham hand, tried to just smack the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I'm really more interested in grappling her
Okay.
and maybe taking her to the ground or taking her into this building or
Okay. I will
into
tell
a
you,
cop car.
with the grappling rules, the only way you can damage her on a grapple is if you get a red result.
Well,
That's
shit.
just how grappling goes.
No, I get it. Okay, no, all good. So,
But I mean, it's a good strategy to get her out of the air until the next turn when she's going to probably just
Exactly.
fly again.
or turn her shield back on or whatever.
You could start looking at shit to throw at her, but there's going to be a karma loss for property destruction.
Well, I guess I'm just going to try and hit her as hard as I can, maybe knock her onto the ground or into
Okay.
the building or something, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to hit her. I'm not spending Klarma.
Klarma.
My fighting is amazing.
All right, let's see it. Big boy numbers. Big boy numbers. You could potentially do a shit ton of damage with her if you roll high enough.
Nope.
All right. Did you declare you were spending karma?
No, I did not. I said I'm not spending Klarma.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You did because I said Klarma. All right.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, you miss her, and you fall onto the street, but you fall short, thankfully, of hitting the cop car.
All right.
All right. Next up is Molly, who is still up in the air. And what does Molly want to do? All right. Molly looks down at you after you just tried to, cannonball yourself into her. And she screams now with that same banshee scream that she used earlier and directs all of that towards you. Well, I say directs all of it towards you. She's still got to get enough to hit you. She's going to spend karma. She got a yellow result. So that shifts damage, 1 column shift. You take 50 points of damage, El Topo, that ignores your armor.
Okay. What are my 2 different armors, 50, 30?
50 is physical, 30 is against energy attack. This isn't either one of those. This is psychic damage.
So I will drop down to 155. Done.
All right. And she is going to fly up another 10 feet. Next up is Sonic. Sonic, make another endurance check.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right, that is a green. Unfortunately, a green means you are suffering endurance loss. So your endurance is what? Amazing?
Yeah.
All right, so the next time you roll to see if you lose another level of endurance, it's going to be incredible instead of amazing.
Can you spend karma on those?
You cannot.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right.
All right, so I will say that Count de Graves, you can definitely see Sonic bleeding out profusely out of his mouth. Like he's probably got internal injuries. All right. We are at the start now of round 5. Count de Graves, who just heard some chump badmouth his girlfriend, who is actually surprisingly effective, looks over towards the Drifter. Let's see. What does he want to do? He is going to direct that same darkness that he used to bring down Sonic and send it screaming towards you in a dark cloud of little laughing imps and skeletons and ghosts. All right. So this is remarkable. And he's going to spend karma.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Jiminy jeez.
What happened?
Chris said you're about to get rocked.
You're rocked.
All right.
Oh, geez.
So
what happened to Malefica? Did she get hit?
No. She did not. And she shot El Topo, or she screamed at El Topo and did a lot of damage to him. All right. So, Drifter, you're going to get 1 chance at this to evade this.
Okay.
So, go ahead and do that.
All right. Let me see. Look at my cheat sheet.
You can't spend karma on a defense roll, and he got a red result. He got a 99, and that's pretty much going to be red across. Well, no, I take that back. You won't be able to shift it enough to where it would miss, if that makes sense.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just trying to reduce the damage. Let's see.
Well, that's the thing, though. He rolled so well. It's kind of a moot point, but you can definitely roll.
I was just seeing if I can move it to a yellow result, if possible. But does that matter at all?
What is your fighting?
My fighting is monstrous.
All right. So
and,
even with a monstrous, you could move it over 1, 2, 3 columns. So 1, 2, 3. That would bring it to a remarkable. A 99 is still a red result on remarkable.
Okay. All right. Then it doesn't matter if I roll.
No, he just rolled so stupidly high.
Gotcha. All right. Here we go.
All right. So after you mouthed off to him about his girlfriend, he swarms you with that magical, supernatural darkness.
Yeah.
And you take amazing damage. So that's going to be 50 points of damage off your health, off your 130 number.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
And that, let's see. That'll end his turn. You're up.
All right. First, I'll go and bind Sonic's wounds or stabilize him.
All right. You can use your action to stabilize him, to stop him from dying.
Yeah, and that'd be. Is that one of my 4 actions, or is that like
that's
everything?
your action? That's your everything.
That's my everything.
That's your everything.
All right, and then
it's meant to be that way because you're doing something important, but it's still going to cost you.
Gotcha. Am I able to run him away from there, or is that or
if you want to? I mean, yeah. I mean, you can use your action, but you still have movement.
Okay.
If you want to say, if you want to say as part of your checking on him action, which is basically just making sure that clearing his mouth so he can breathe, that kind of thing. I'll let you move him away if you want to. Sure.
Gotcha. I want to race him over to these police officers over here.
Okay.
And have him take him to safety, and then that's where I'll end my move. I better move back over here to make sure I'm still a target for Count de Graves.
All right. They have an ambulance over here. I hadn't anticipated using one, but give me just a second. I'll put one on the map.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll do. Looks more like an RV, but whatever. So paramedics are able to load Sonic up.
Cool. And
they start taking him over to Kennison Memorial.
Oh, there you go. And I tell Captain Graves, I guess you should better be checking up on your girlfriend. You haven't seen her, have you? And that's where I'll leave it.
Lord.
All right. Next up is El Topo.
All right. So, is there anything laying around that I can maybe throw?
There is a cop car directly. You're leaning up against it right now.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I get that. But is there anything other than the cop car?
There is a street light across from here.
Golly.
Oh, hey, sewer manhole cover. That'd be totally El Topo.
Yeah, there's a manhole cover right here.
Clean up your act. Yeah. I'm gonna grab the manhole cover.
Okay.
Captain America shield this.
And do the whole spin around and fling it at her.
When El Topo throws his mighty shield.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm better than throwing the cop car. I'd throw the cop car and it would crash into her and she'd hit the ground, and then I'd find out that the cops had put a baby in the cop car.
No, that's only if I threw it.
Okay, so I'm going to throw the manhole cover. Fighting?
This would be
Strength?
No, this would be agility.
Agility.
Yeah, because you're throwing something. Well, you know what? Hang on. Let me look at what the universal table says, because these rules may be different. Throwing blunt. It's agility per the table.
Ugh.
You can spend karma to at least get a green.
Ugh. That's not good for me. Okay. I declared it, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it with... I will spend my Karma. Okay. So... Here we go. Remarkable. It'll be this plus at least 10.
So
80.
Oh, that's a yellow result. That's a game changer. That shifts damage. All right.
So 140. Okay.
So your strength, and keep in mind this is a manhole cover, right? You're throwing it at somebody with a very powerful force field, but this is a manhole cover thrown by El Topo, who's as strong as the thing.
Yes.
So it's going to shift your damage. Normally you would have done monstrous damage, but it's going to shift it over one column to unearthly.
Oh, Lord.
So she will get one chance to dodge, and she has amazing agility. She got a green, so that's only a 2-column shift. So it was remarkable. 1, 2, but you rolled a 70. That's still good enough for... Oh, no, she did. It was a 2-column shift, so it took it from your agility, which was remarkable, down to good. And on the good column, that's only a green hit now.
With 80 points?
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that's right, because you threw it at...
I had to spend my 10 at least.
That's right. Thank you for reminding me. That still keeps that unearthly damage instead of monstrous. So you throw... You're mad, El Topo. This bitch,
I am mad.
Right? You hurl this manhole cover like a champion discus thrower. It crashes, goes 30 feet up, smashes into her force field. Her force field, once again, goes down, but this time you hit her with enough force that you actually did more damage than that. And she is... so that damage does roll into her. She's going to take 25 points of damage after her force field goes down. And she has to roll to see if she is knocked unconscious. Her endurance... No, this would be her psyche, pardon me, is amazing. She got a yellow. So I think on that, she's okay. Yeah, that's a no stun result on her. So she stays awake this time through that. And kind of looks down at you like she'd like to kill you. Like maybe she's done toying with you now, El Topo.
Yeah.
All right. Does that end your turn?
I think I'm actually going to jump into the sewer hole.
Okay.
That I uncovered with the manhole.
All right.
And I'm going to move through the sewers. And I'm going to move I'm going to move 1, 2.
Okay. All right.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Next up, it's Molly's turn. She brings her energy field back up. She yells in rage and frustration at you jumping into the sewer. She looks down at the cop car and the 2 cops behind her. And she screams. That same banshee type wail. El Topo, were you on the street? You see this police car get crushed flat under the brunt of her psychic assault, and the 2 officers behind her drop down dead.
Damn it.
So what happens when you run away and there's civilians in the area?
I wanted her to follow me. Damn it.
Instead, she is going to move up here. And she yells at Count de Graves, "What's taking you so long? His friend ran away and the other one is dead. Let's go already." All right. We're at the top now of round 6. It is Count de Graves' turn. Count de Graves is going to once more use his swirling darkness to envelop the Drifter and deal psychic damage to him. Let's see. That's a remarkable.
Roll.
70. That's a yellow result. So, Drifter, you will get to make a evasion roll.
Okay.
Let me look at your cheat sheet real quick, because you're not going to know this. You evade with monstrous ability.
Okay. Monstrous ability.
Oh, that's a yellow. That's a -2.
Cool.
All right, so that shifts him from remarkable to good, on which he got a 70. A 70 makes it a green hit. You stop yourself from getting a yellow hit.
Nice.
So you only take 30 points of damage.
Okay.
As once again, his wailing, gnashing scream and all of the screams of the forms out of this darkness surrounding you bore holes into your psyche. All right. Next up is the Drifter.
Okay, the Drifter is, let's see, is the loot in this square?
It is.
Okay. So the Drifter is going to go to here.
All right.
And he's going to, hopefully out of complete sight of anybody. I mean, Count de Graves or yeah, definitely Count de Graves. He's the only one that's closest. And he's going to use his super speed to stash all of the loot into the fish and fruit market.
Okay.
And then, does he have any? Would he have any extra movement after that?
1, 2. I'm going to say gathering all that money with your lightning speed is going to cost you 5 areas.
Gotcha.
So
cool.
1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
Yeah.
You would have 2 areas of movement left.
And
the police see you doing this, and they're cheering you on.
All right.
This guy wildly starts firing his gun to the air. He gets so excited. I'm kidding. He doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Not at the bad guys, just in the air.
Yeah. Run into the. I'm going to tell them to run into the fish and fruit market and secure the loot and stay out of sight. And if they don't respond fast enough, I'll rush them in if that's okay.
Who are you yelling this at?
To the police officers.
And you're yelling them to get inside here?
Yeah, to secure the loot and to stay out of sight.
And you're yelling this at them?
Yes.
Okay. So as you yell this and your voice echoes
Well,
down.
no, I don't mean to
through
yell
the
it. I
street.
mean to. No, I don't. I just sorry. I'm not trying to alert where the loot is. I just want them to get out of sight. Well, I'll just come to them. How about that? I'll just
Okay.
tell them, quick, hide in the fish market,
Okay.
fish and fruit market.
All right, and then they look at you and they say, "We can't abandon our area. We still have to be here for civilians who may make it here."
They're going to. The Counter Graves is coming around and he will kill you. Please hide in there. I'll watch the civilians.
What is your popularity?
My popularity is not good. Where is my popularity?
It's where it says popularity. It's below all your other stuff. It's
Yeah, I think
your
I've
popularity is
misplaced.
poor.
It's the bottom.
Okay, yeah, I could.
Your popularity is poor. You cannot use karma on popularity rolls,
Okay,
but you can roll poor on the universal table. You would need to get a green.
okay. Poor.
There's a big roll.
Yeah, you rolled like a baller. 98 is a yellow result on the poor column, and you do convince these cops to get off the street.
Saved their lives, he did.
And they even take some civilians with them that were back there behind the cordon.
All right, cool. And then and that will that'll end my movement.
All right, that's your turn. Next up is El Topo.
So El Topo doesn't know that the cops got killed. He ran underground hoping to get Molly.
El Topo ran away.
Bravely ran away.
Bravely ran away. When danger reared its ugly head.
No, he didn't.
El Topo turned and fled.
Brave
woman would
Topo.
get down in the sewers with him, and then he wouldn't have to jump off buildings and shit.
You have to think about it tactically. I mean, she's 30 feet in the air. Why would she go somewhere where she's got like less,
And she's evil and crazy.
Around.
Yeah,
she's
I figured
evil and
she was
crazy.
mad enough. Exactly. She might just be mad enough that what the hell?
She was mad enough. She killed a couple of cops.
Well, El Topo doesn't know that. And that's not on him. All right. I can't be responsible for other people's actions.
Hopefully Action 7 News didn't catch that.
The Action 7 News has not appeared on scene yet.
Okay, so you may be in the clear.
Yeah, Doug, the cameraman, can't figure out how to get the truck started.
Until they talked to one of the cops who's like, yeah, and then El Topo kind of ran away into the sewers.
He did not.
All right, decide what you want to do. I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be right back.
I guess I'm going to come out. Where the hell is Sonic? Didn't you go down over here?
Yeah, Sonic? I sent him in. He's in a meat wagon. I mean, an ambulance.
Oh, an ambulance got him and took him away.
Woo!
Wee 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 wee.
I'm
not the greatest superhero.
I am not much longer for this world either. Just letting you know, El Topo.
We got to get Sonic some armor. You can phase out Drifter and just not get hit.
No, I can't. He's got ability. They both have abilities that make my phasing not work. I'm down to 50 hit points. I'm gonna go down in the next blow that happens, I'm going out.
All right, so all right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go 1 into the liquor store. There's got to be some mechanic I can get on the roof, and then I'm just gonna jump on Count de Graves.
Yeah, take that man out.
So we'll see what Trey says to that. But
Yeah, can we get the fly ability at some point?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
All the bad guys seem to be flying.
they're flying and we're dying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can kind of float up. That's about all I'm doing.
Well, you can get up there.
Yeah, but then I can't fight unless I drop, But I mean, your tactic of running up on top of a building and then slamming into him seems to be working pretty nicely.
I mean,
Actually,
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
I gotta
do that.
figure out a way that I can just jump from the ground
Mhm.
like Hulk does.
Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what you did the next chance I get.
And
All right,
run away.
Already, I'm back. What's going on?
I didn't run away, by the way. All right, so I stepped 1 into Tracy's liquor store,
Okay.
and then
And
So, clearly-
there's a shop owner there who's yelling at you in Korean.
I am Tracy. I'm assuming. So I'm doing this based on the idea that I can get up to the top and run out the top.
Tracy's Liquor is just a 1-floor building.
Okay. Then
Everything back here is only 1 floor, with the exception of the bookstore. The bookstore has a 2nd floor.
okay, so I'm then not. That clearly doesn't work.
So if you look at the little buildings, the little buildings will tell you how many floors they have with the numbers.
Oh, 323.
Mm-hmm.
So the art gallery is a 3-story building. Les à moi.
Yep, you could run into there.
Well, if the GM says I have the movement, I'd go into Les à moi and fly out of the 3rd floor or the roof of the 3rd floor or whatever it takes. And I'm going to try and punch the shit out of Count de Graves.
Nice.
Yeah, you'd have to get up. You'd have to get up to the roof, and then jump down on him. But yeah, you've got enough movement to do it.
Then I am yelling, impending doom.
All right.
Impending doom.
Make your fighting roll.
I'm on it. Fighting of amazing. I've got to spend at least 10 on my Klarma just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Got to hit this guy.
Woo!
96, so a 106.
Oh yeah. All right. So you launch yourself off. You scream impending doom. Maybe you like give her the middle finger while you're flying through the air. Who knows?
Nice.
Yeah. Little wink and a ning. Yeah. Yep.
Left hook and then with the right middle finger.
You slam into Count de Graves in a way that you do significantly more damage than a normal hit. So normally you do 75. You got a red, which shifts it +2. So monstrous, unearthly. You do 150 points of damage.
Bam!
To Count de Graves. And as you slam into him, all of the darkness that he's been controlling solidifies around him as a barrier. But you did so much damage that it's still getting through.
Nice.
So he takes... Click on his token here. That's 150. He takes 120 points of damage. And that is enough to see if he... Let me see here. Where is Blunt? He may have been stunned. All right, so he has to make a endurance check. His endurance is unearthly.
Hmm.
He got a 52. So that's a yellow result on stun. He is not stunned. But you hit him probably harder than he's been hit in a long time. And I'm going to say you managed to, like, hit him so hard that, like, you kind of smash him into the wall behind him. And you can see now, like, the old building, the bricks just crumble behind him and tumble down into the alley.
So is he 30 feet up still in the bricks?
He is
I'm
still
on the ground?
He is still 30 feet up, and you have fallen down to the ground again in a boss-ass Avengers pose.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to look up, and I'm going to kind of give that Molly girl the 2 fingers to my eyes, and then point them to hers.
All right.
That'll end my turn.
And she looks down at you, and she says, "You'll have to give me but a moment, dear. I have to go kill your hobo friend first." And she flies 1, 2, 3. This time, she is going to scream at you one more time, Drifter.
And will it turning him immaterial help at all?
Has it helped before?
I can't remember if
in this fight. No, it hasn't helped you at all. They're doing psychic damage to you. Psychic damage doesn't give a fuck about you being intangible.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, so she is going to direct that. What is her agility? It's amazing.
I can't remember that she actually psychically hit me. I can only remember DeGraves pummeling the crap out of me.
This is going to be a yellow result. You're going to get a chance. This would be a dodge instead of an evasion.
Okay. I think I have monstrous on both.
You do have monstrous on both.
Okay. Monstrous. Oh man.
All right. So you tried to dodge. You weren't able to get out of the way in time. That's one. That's 1 column damage. You're going to take 50 points of damage.
And I'm down for the count.
Yep.
I'm at exactly 0.
You I even used the lesser of her 2 attacks that I could have used right then, but she just rolled too high. And then she lets out a satisfying laugh, and she's like, 2 down, 1 to go. And she looks back down the alley. We're at the start now of round 7. Count DeGraves groans and kind of wrenches himself out of the wall. More bricks fall down around you, El Topo. And he looks down at you now and says, "Well, it's just you left. Are you so sure you want to die today, or would you rather go save your friend?" And you see him now. He's gathering up a giant cloud of this darkness energy that he's been using, looking down at you.
I'm going to tell him, we thwarted you. I'll save my friend in the end.
Very well. That's admirable. And then he directs that darkness down at you through his pistols. He is spending karma. Okay. So he has to spend at least 10 points of karma. Got a green result. That is going to be 30 points of damage, El Topo. That ignores your body armor.
Okay. Do I have a chance to evade that? Or dodge that?
Yeah, you have a chance to evade it.
So it's a melee attack?
Yes.
Okay.
It is considered a melee attack because it's not something he's shooting at you. He's just sort of moving it around, and then it hits you with like a supernatural force. It's more like a supernatural melee attack than it is him shooting at you. Oh wait, no, he shot his guns at you. Never mind. I backed that up. That's a dodge, not an evasion.
Okay, so it's a dodge.
It's a dodge. And you have a good chance here because he only got a green.
Okay, so...
You could shift your way out of this being a hit entirely.
So how do I dodge? I don't see a...
It's your agility. Actually, hang on. Let me look at your cheat sheet.
My agility's remarkable.
Let me look at your cheat sheet. Your cheat sheet says...
Oh, monstrous.
That you evade with monstrous and dodge...
With incredible.
With incredible. So you dodge with incredible. Incredible is what you're going to check.
Okay, so an incredible roll. I'm not going to spend Karma.
You can't on this. It's a defensive roll. All right. You got a green result. So how much does that shift him? Dodging, that shifts him 2 columns left. Ooh. All right. He had a 27 on you with amazing. 1, 2. That takes it down to remarkable. That does not hit you. You dodged out of the way, El Topo.
Boom. Okay.
Who's a big boy?
Who's a big boy?
All right. Next up is the Drifter. Drifter.
Yes.
I need you to make an endurance check.
All right. Let's see. My endurance. Just trying to find my endurance. 1 second. I'm almost there.
It's under strength.
It's under strength. There we go. Got it. It is remarkable. I have remarkable endurance.
All right. Roll it.
Rolling it.
All right. You got a 30, which is a miss. That's bad.
Oops.
So, per the universal table, endurance kill. Yeah, you suffer a loss of 1 endurance rank. So next time you make this check, it won't be at remarkable. It'll be at excellent.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
El Topo, you are up. You've got a bad guy in front of you, a bad guy at the other end of the alley, and a friend who's dying out in the street.
And the money has been stashed away?
You don't know that yet, but yes.
Oh, man.
Nobody knows but 2 police officers and a fishmonger.
And Count de Graves is 30 feet in the air?
He is.
Alright, El Topo's gonna jump into the hole right here that he's came up in.
Okay.
Which may be... oh, whatever. And he's gonna move 1, 2... Come on. I'm gonna move... three. I'm gonna bust out of the ground for 4.
All right.
My action is gonna be picking up the drifter.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move 5.
Okay. Did you pick up the drifter?
Yeah, my action was picking up the drifter.
All right.
So I'm just gonna scoop him up, and my intention is to try and run him to some safe place. But this ends my turn.
Okay. Next up is Molly. Molly watched you do that, and she is going to move here. And she is going to direct her banshee-like wail at you. That's a hit. You take.
And that wail is a dodge?
On this one, it's a directed against the agility. Yeah, so it'd be a dodge.
Yeah, I want to try and.
Yeah, I mean it happened last time, and you got a good result.
Okay, so I dodge for incredible.
Okay. All right, you get a green result. That's a -2 column shift. That takes her back down to remarkable. She got a 47. That still hits you.
Okay.
For 40 points of damage, that ignores your armor.
All right, so that's going to drop me down to 115. Okay.
All right. Next is the start of round 8. Next up is Count de Graves. Does he want to murder the people down there? One of them's chief of police, the other one's one of y'all's contacts. Nah. I'll say he's going to move up here. And he's looking around for his loot. So I'm going to have him make a intuition check. But he's going to have to get a yellow result. Because it's currently in a different building that he doesn't know where it went. He got a yellow result. He's able to notice like a trail of coins going
Son of a biscuit eater.
The building.
The treasure goblin went in there.
So he's going to move here, and then that will be his action. Next up is the Drifter, who is still dying. Drifter, give me an endurance check.
Okay.
You just got picked up by El Topo. He did not stop you from bleeding out.
I did the best I could.
You're fine. All right. 75. You do not suffer any endurance loss this turn.
Alrighty.
All right. Next time you roll, remember again, it's going to be an excellent again because you still lost an endurance rank. What? Just what?
I just need 1 hit point and I can be back in the game. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, too bad you don't have a healer with you.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
That's the other game.
So next is El Topo.
Well, bitch. Okay, so the obvious thing is I could run off the board and end the session. And hopefully save my friend.
You could do that. That is an option.
Are there options for me to stabilize Christopher?
You can literally use your turn to stabilize him.
Yeah, but I gotta get out of the way, and I got 2 bad guys that are gonna kill me.
I mean, you've got movement. You could stabilize him and then move him and move. You know, grab him and move. I would allow that.
Okay. Are there any... I guess that's the closest manhole.
That is correct.
I'm trying to be thematic too. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I want to end up doing is I want to move into the manhole for 1, 2, 3, 4. All my movement would bring me to here.
Okay.
And I want to use my action to stabilize the drifter.
Okay.
And leave him maybe somewhere down here. Like, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, on the side of the sewer, like in a safe spot.
Okay.
Try and stabilize him.
So you want to stabilize him. You use your action to stabilize him, and you're just going to leave him there, a bloody mess in the sewer.
Yeah, I don't want him getting killed again. Like, he's gonna... It seems to me that I stabilize him and ditch him somewhere.
Okay. All right, so you stabilize him and then ditch him in the sewer system. Like, you find a little alcove or something.
You make me sound like an ass, but I'm like Shredder.
I'm gonna make him roll to see if he gets hepatitis C.
Oh, great.
All right. So yeah, you stash him and then leave him in the sewer, resting in a little alcove.
Yeah.
All right, and then you.
And then I'm just
down here.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, it does.
Next up is Molly, who saw you jump into the manhole cover and figures there's fuckery afoot. And then she sees you down there emerge. She is going to direct her scream at you one more time. That hits. Do you want to try to dodge?
Absolutely.
All right.
So I will dodge with incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Shifts me 1 column, I think.
No, that's a yellow. That shifts it 2. Or no, that's dodging. My bad. Dodging is doubled. So that's a -4 column shift.
Oh.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That shifts her over to good. She got a 47. That's still enough to hit you.
Okay.
But just barely. All right. So she does hit you, and that is 40 points. Again, of psychic damage that you don't have any protection against, so you just take all the 40.
Take it.
As this, as her scream has you shook. All right, and then that's gonna be her turn. I think she saw the count move down here, and I think she's gonna kind of move in on the other side. We're at the start now of round 9. The Count uses his darkness powers to splinter the door back here. And so all of the little demons and imps and everything and the ghosts and skeletons appear in this swirling darkness that forms inside here. They kill the 2 cops. And then they start to gather up the loot that was taken from them earlier. All right. That's going to be Count Graves' turn. Drifter, you're stabilized. Next up is El Topo.
So Count de Graves and Molly both have flying 3 on them, but I assume they're in the building.
No, they're not. He's having all those little things that are in his darkness gather up the loot right now.
All right, 1, 2. I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna come busting up through the floor of this fish market.
Okay.
In the most spectacular way I can, so hopefully a lot of the coins just come crashing down into the sewers.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
Now you moved 5, right?
Well, I did move 5.
That's fine. That's fine. Because remember, when you come when you move 5 and you come up through the ground underneath an enemy, remember you can do more damage.
I can now do monstrous.
No, you already did monstrous. Your baseline is monstrous. So looking at your
my cheat sheet still has me as monstrous when I do that.
Let me change that because I meant for that to be unearthly.
Okay, well that's huge then. Then yeah, I'm gonna come flying up and swing out at the unearthly creatures that are the monsters that are in there collecting coins.
Okay. So yeah, give me a fighting check. All you need is green. That's all one area. So technically, if you pull this off, you'll kill all of those other creatures inside this darkness. I'll have to create more.
So I'm gonna do an unearthly check?
No, you'll still roll your fighting. It's monstrous ability. And then it boosts the damage to unearthly when you move 5 and come up underneath an enemy.
Okay, so roll monstrous.
Yes.
And I will do Klarma. I'll spend at least 10.
All right. You spend 10, you come up under here, you come up with such force that it just pulps all these little things inside the darkness. And yeah, the money goes flying everywhere.
Okay.
And you hear Count de Graves let out a blood-curdling, wailing, anger-filled, frustrated moan.
Mama!
All right, next up is Molly. Molly is going to drop down to 10 feet so she can see through the windows. And she is going to hit you once again with that scream of hers. And she misses. She got a 7.
Okay.
And I did not declare she was spending karma. She is going to then move back up to 20 feet. We're at the start now of round 10. Count de Graves sees you. He's going to enter into the room with you. So he's still flying, but he's only up 10 feet inside here. But he is going to bring about his swirling darkness and summon more creatures to attack you. And he misses. He gets an 18. He's so angry at you, El Topo, he can't even hit you.
Can't even concentrate.
Nope. All right. Next up is the Drifter, who's asleep. Next up is El Topo.
What can I do that would... What can I do that would cause a strength check against him? Could I throw like a fish counter at him?
That wouldn't really be a strength check. That would be him trying. He would dodge because it's technically a missile attack. But yeah, you can throw all kinds of shit around here at him if you want to.
I'm trying now. When I throw stuff, that's agility, right? I'm trying to figure out what would be a strength attack.
But your agility is still, you know, it's good. It's incredible, and it's going to do at least however strong you are is what kind of damage it's going to do.
Well, my agility's remarkable.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You must get a +1 from one of your talents, I think.
I'm better with fighting.
It's up to you, dude.
Alright, I'm just going to try and punch the shit out of him.
Okay.
Is everyone else having fun?
You bet.
Yeah.
I'm at the edge of my seat.
I mean, grappling with Unearthly is a thing, though. So what's the grappling mechanic?
It's a fighting roll, and then it just depends on how well you roll.
Because Unearthly's a thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's gonna increase your chances of doing well, but you still, it's all gonna come down to how well you roll. If you get a partial,
roll with fighting, and then
if you get a partial hold on him, for example, it doesn't injure him. It doesn't do damage to him.
Well, I'll try and grapple him. All right, so I'm gonna roll a fighting.
Okay.
Which is amazing.
Okay.
So an 87.
All right. So he'll try to evade. His fighting is amazing. He only got 28. That's only a 1-column shift. 87 would still hit. So yeah, you have... Why did you roll on shift 0?
I have no idea.
That's fine. We still look at the roll. The roll's the same at 87.
I grapple with Unearthly ability for Unearthly damage.
Yeah, but like I said, on grapple, you still have to get a red to hurt him.
Oh, okay. So nothing happens.
Well, you grab him on a grapple. Oh no, you don't. I'm sorry. Green is a miss on the table.
Okay.
Oops. Shit. So yeah, you try to grab him, but he manages to...
But he's a slickery sucker.
He is a slickery guy, so he manages to kind of sidestep you. And
okay.
And kind of lets you run into the wall a little bit. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
You're
right.
You've already used your action. You've already moved.
I didn't move.
You moved when you busted in there. Oh, no, that was last round. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I should just get the hell out of there. I'm going to... I'm assuming this whole wall is just crashed to shit.
Yeah, you've kind of tore this place up between the two.
And so has he and his minions. So I'm going to just run into this space for one. I'm going to crash through the door of the Cultic Co. paper warehouse for 2. And then I'm going to go 3, 4, and 5 to get to the top floor.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Next up is Molly. Molly smashes through the window to get inside here. And she comes over to Count de Graves. She looks at him and strokes the top of his skull head. And she says, "We can kill these dullards later. I'm bored. I'm hungry. We're leaving." She kind of hugs him around the neck, and then the two of them teleport away.
Okay.
All right. Next up is the Drifter, who's asleep. El Topo, is there anything else you want to do?
I'm going to... I would make my way down to the fish market and... Oh, everyone's dead in there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would make my way to the fish market, jump through the hole I made, move my way down here. I would grab the Drifter.
Okay.
And I would come back out over here, and I would ask the police to call an ambulance and get my friend to the hospital.
Yeah. And so we'll drop out of initiative. You are able to get the cops to get paramedics to attend to the Drifter and to transport him to the hospital. So Drifter gets taken off. As the ambulance departs, Detective Marlowe comes to you and she says, "I heard from the hospital earlier Sonic is in stable condition now."
Thank goodness.
What a help he was.
And she nods and smiles. Well, he stopped
you were great.
Getting away with the loot.
Yeah, you did. You were the first.
We got to figure out a way to keep you from taking your glass jaw, but
you turned this from a loss into a stalemate.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta kiss Abe Pendergrass's butt to get you some sort of super suit that gives you some damage mitigation. But yeah, no, you were great.
If only you'd bought body armor.
Exactly.
Or some kind of force field or something. All right, so
only you could scream the bullets away.
This is where we will end tonight. We will pick up next time in the hospital. Surprise. And then we'll go from there.
Ooh.
All right, let's get to Karma. All right. So, you didn't take a full loss. You stopped them from getting away with the loot. But the villains did escape. And you guys kind of got your asses kicked.
Yeah, we did.
So, there is a 50 karma penalty for that. There was a 50 karma penalty for the destruction of the store. 50 karma penalty for the deaths of the other police officers. Oh, God. You did stop the crime, so that's going to be plus 100. I'm trying to think.
So we're at minus 50 right now, on my count.
How about the saving of the citizenry?
Well, I mean, that's kind of your job. But
I know.
But no, I'll add another 50 for that. Yeah. So with that and the debits from your karma, like all the property damage and the villains getting away, that's going to break even. So you don't earn any karma.
There you go.
Well, I take it back. You did earn karma, but you earned just enough to stop you from taking a loss.
Yeah. Well, the money is important, isn't it?
Well,
capitalism, baby. Gotta make sure the banks are secure before the peasants.
Right.
Damn right.
We foiled it.
I think I deserve at least 1 point of karma because
last man standing.
No. I didn't destroy the bookstore. So many times it would have been easier to go through the bookstore, but instead I chose the liquor store. I chose the art gallery. I wanted to save the books. That was I felt that was important.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, so we stay where we're at.
Yeah, karma-wise, you stay where you're at.
All right. Cool.
All right. Well, how? I know it's not probably the outcome you wanted. Have you learned any lessons from the shellacking?
Yeah.
I should be ranged.
We need jump packs.
Need to fly. I need to be ranged and watch it. I was just trying to save an old guy, and I took an early big hit.
Was there a way that I could have evaded that first hit that I got hit with?
You tried.
Okay.
You made a defense roll, but that's the thing. Being intangible doesn't do shit against these guys.
Oh no, I was talking about evading or dodging or something like that. But I guess I don't recall. Oh well, no worries.
Evade is melee.
Yeah, evade is melee.
I think Hagar, your takeaway is let the old man die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have definitely gotten you a karma penalty.
Yeah, he did the right thing. He just maybe needs a suit of armor or some sort of shield or.
Well, the thing is, those are powers. You're gonna have to buy those with karma.
Okay.
There is a handout. Let me see where it is.
So next session, we should just spend the entire 3 hours in a soup kitchen.
So additional powers, gaining a new power, cost 5,000 karma.
Oh Lord.
That's why there's such a give and take in this game. It's like, yeah, you can spend karma to help you do stuff, but you need that karma if you ever want to, like, improve or get mightier, etc. Here, I'll.
Is there a mechanic where you can murder bad guys that have cool stuff and take their stuff?
No, murder, as it turns out, is wrong.
Crap.
And even though you're stealing from bad guys, you're still stealing. I would definitely inflict karma penalties for committing crimes, even against bad guys.
Maybe not as much as against good guys, but still you lose karma.
No, you would lose even more, probably.
Gotcha.
All right, you guys, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's 11:30. I think we'll go ahead and call it tonight. Thank you for anyone who stopped in tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll try to get this posted up on the YouTubes here tonight at some point. But
if anyone was looking for some nasty talk from Hagar, maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
So, next week we'll start it off in the hospital. You guys can, in character, discuss what happened, what went down. Maybe talk a little bit about tactics or things you can do. And, good news, you've got two supernatural super criminals now who, are, pretty much just want to kill you.
Some nemesis.
I think they wanted to kill us when we first showed up, but I may be wrong.
Well, it wasn't for lack of trying.
It wasn't for lack of trying. Exactly.
All right.
Trey, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a great game.
You're welcome.
It was a great night. Always fun to hang out with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Same here.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Right. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.